Hello guys, how are you doing? This is Rob of Rule of Two Review. Welcome back to the channel, and check it out. We finally have Nintendo's E3 plans early this morning, like right before I woke up and got here on camera. Nintendo actually posted what they're going to be doing for E3. Finally, we've been waiting and talking about this for so long. What are their plans? Are they doing a Treehouse and a Direct? What days are these things going to be occurring? It's an all-digital E3. Normally, E3 is Tuesday through Thursday. This year, it's Saturday through Tuesday, so how different were things maybe going to be? And long story short, we finally know at least the base details. Now, this is probably going to be a slightly quicker video than I normally make because I have to really kind of scramble to get this uploaded before I actually have to start working pretty soon. I have like less than an hour to record this video and post it and stuff to YouTube, and I'm pretty sure I can do it. There's a lot of stuff to still go over though, so maybe this still turns out to be a 15-minute video. I don't even know. Either way, like I said, they shared their plans, and I'm a little bit conflicted, and I'll explain to you why. But here is the tweet that they put out this morning that actually explains what they're doing. Nintendo at E3 2021, June 15th, 9 a.m. Pacific Time. Tune in for a Nintendo Direct with roughly 40 minutes of info focused exclusively on Nintendo Switch software, mostly releasing in 2021, followed by around 3 hours of gameplay in Nintendo Treehouse Live, E3 2021. So, there you go. They're doing a Nintendo Direct, and they're doing a Treehouse, which is mostly what we expected them to do and mostly what they normally do, but it is also slightly different. What they announced is a little bit of a change of what they normally do, because they are holding a Nintendo Direct, okay? This one is 40 minutes. They've done 25-minute Directs at E3 before. They've done 45-minute Directs at E3 before. This one is on the longer end, and so that's a good thing, right? That's an exciting thing. More time for more games. And then they are holding a Treehouse, but it's basically one 3-hour Treehouse session after the Nintendo Direct. On the final day of E3, by the way, it's June 15th, Tuesday the 15th, the last day of E3. Now, the date is where things get a little bit tricky for me, and I'm slightly conflicted, but it's mostly from a personal angle because some of you may or may not know, but I actually do have a surgery that I have to have happen on that date, on June 15th. I'm not going to go into the details on why or what's going on. I've discussed it before. Most of you probably know. But I do need to get the second of 2 shoulder surgeries on my left shoulder, on my clavicle that I broke a couple of months ago, to pull a plate out of my shoulder that they put in back in March on June 15th. And I had just a couple of different days to kind of pick which day. And I was like, well, you know, I didn't want to do Monday. And I was like, well, Tuesday's the last day of E3. And Nintendo normally does stuff on Tuesdays at E3, but it's a different year. Like, Tuesday's normally the first day of E3, so maybe they'll go on Saturday this year, because that's the first day of E3 this year, and it's all digital. And so long story short, I picked that date, and I was like, I have to be safe. There's no way Nintendo's plans are going to be on the same day as my surgery. And it is! It is exactly the same day as my surgery. Nintendo, damn it, why do you do this? You have forsaken me. Anyway, I'm kind of joking a little bit, only because here's the thing, it does suck, and I'm really, like, kind of upset about it. However, my surgery isn't supposed to happen anytime before 12:30, and this is at 9 o'clock in the morning that morning. So, there is a great chance, and I don't know this, it's going to be a freaking crazy day, we'll see. But there's a great chance that this happens at 9, I can record myself watching it, I'll record a reaction to it, and then as soon as it's done, I should be able to make a pretty decent recap, and then post the recap video maybe right before I go into my surgery, and then post the reaction the next day or something. I don't know, something like that, man. It's kind of all I can do. I'll just have to kind of wing it and see what I can do there. So, you know, it might hinder some of my ability to make some videos or content, but with any luck, I can quickly get a video recap posted before my surgery, and then the day or so after, I can just post my actual reaction. Like, I sure ain't gonna be doing it once I come home from my surgery. I'm gonna need at least a day to get all the drugs and stuff out of my system. So anyway, that's just that. Most of you guys don't even care about that because you're going to get to do whatever you want on that day. I am going to be getting my shoulder cut open so I can get surgery on it. And so either way, if we now look back on what they're actually doing, there are a couple of interesting notes that they put in the tweet here about what they're doing. Like I said, it's Tuesday. They say that it's 40 minutes. They say it's focused exclusively on Switch software. So what they are saying is that there will not be any hardware discussions or announcements at E3 specifically at this Direct. So obviously that means the Switch Pro, Super Switch, New Switch, Switch Plus, whatever name everyone has started to use for this thing. If it's real, it's not going to be discussed at the show. They are talking only about games, which I think is totally fine. For one reason is because some of the rumors said that the Switch Pro would be announced before E3. The other reason it's fine is because even if the thing isn't real, I almost don't even really care. Like, I haven't been that excited for the idea of it until I saw it anyway. Maybe it's not even real. Maybe it's showing up at the end of the year or next year. Either way, it's not going to be a part of their show, so it's very interesting that they said that. They also say it's games releasing mostly in 2021, which to me would mean, you know, obviously Splatoon 3 might be a big focus because that's a Nintendo title we know is next year. Or, what have I been saying for so long, you guys? Let's start preparing now, just in case I have been right for longer than anyone else on the internet about this. And what if Metroid Prime 4, we get that trailer, that teaser? People think that when I say Metroid Prime 4 could show up at E3 or show up in 2021, that I'm saying Nintendo's going to drop 78 minutes of gameplay, and like, there's no way they've got that much to show. Yeah, I agree, but 30 seconds? They could do 30 seconds of gameplay. It's been 2.5 years since they restarted that game. They've got 30 seconds of gameplay that they could show in a teaser. And so, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not even banking completely on Metroid showing up at E3. I do think it's showing up in 2021. I do think we'll see Prime 4 before the end of the year. Maybe this is showing that E3 actually is going to be the time. So, and then obviously there could be other titles that haven't been announced yet, like a Mario Kart 9 or something like that, a brand new Mario title. Even some big third-party titles that are meant to be 2022 or later that show up as well. But I think what they're saying is true. Mostly going to be games for this year. I think Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be a huge focus. I think that game is coming this year. I think it's going to be the focus of their show. And yeah, Splatoon 3, Metroid Prime 4, new things, Pikmin, F-Zero. I don't know, man. Bring it on. So for now, that's kind of my quick thoughts, my quick reaction. I wanted to get it out to you guys, the whole deal with my surgery and how that might affect some content I make on that day. Or even maybe the very following day. We're gonna kind of have to see how that plays out. But I wanted to let you guys know that later in the week, or maybe even later today when I'm done working, I can discuss more in a different video. We'll kind of see. But hey, it's exciting. You know, I'm conflicted, but I'm more excited than anything, and I know you're excited. We have the plans. We know what's happening. Tuesday, June 15th, finally. We're getting a Direct, and we're getting 1 3-hour Treehouse, which is, you know, not as good as 3 days of Treehouse, but it's better than nothing, so I'm certainly not going to complain. So that's what I think. What do you guys think about this? Now that we finally know Nintendo's plans, discuss it below. And with that, this video is a wrap. Thanks, of course, as always, for tuning in, guys. This is Rob of Rule of 2 Review, and I will catch you next time on another video.